breaking down all 24 things you missed from Survivor Season 48, Episode 8. We're talking all things the Strong Players Alliance, going on a journey, Eva's new advantage, tacos on reward, and much more. Careful for any spoilers if you haven't seen this episode yet, and make sure to stick around as we announce last week's puzzle giveaway winner. If you want to enter next week's giveaway, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment down below if you are excited for Survivor Season 50. Let's get started with number 24, previously on Survivor. Finally, Survivor 48 will feel like a real merge, and we need to remember the Strong Players Alliance. Say was voted out, Cedric was voted out, and people don't trust Shaheen.
Cedric, the tribe has spoken. Thanks, guys. Good luck. Blessings and peace. Love you all.
Number 23, first group returns. Gotta remember, last week we had a double tribal council, so only half the players returned to camp. Joe, Chrissy, Star, Mitch, and Eva. This is going to be really key later in the video as Chrissy really overplays her hand. It's what a lot of people are saying online, that this trustworthy game is set up for Joe or David to win.
I don't like that, because guys like Joe, guys like David are beasts, you know, and they got great story. I want to give them $1 million right now. Number
22, second group returns. This group consists of Kyle, Shaheen, Camilla, David, and Mary, as everyone freaks out about Cedric being voted out. And just like that, Mary has life in this game, being the last green player standing. Number 21, Shaheen being paranoid. He talks about it being really sketchy, but dude, this was literally one of your first tribal councils. In a confusing scene, Shaheen tells Joe that David is really tight with Mary, leading into number 20, the Strong Players Alliance. With 10 players remaining, doing some simple math, you need 6 players to form a majority alliance. And all the strong players are trying to stick together with Joe, Shaheen, David, Kyle, and Eva. The issue being Kyle wants to bring in Camilla and David wants to bring in Mary. Mary and Camilla, they're awesome. They're great Survivor players, but I wouldn't classify either of them as being strong players. Number 19, what animal can you fight? I love this stuff with the camp life moments and just hanging out. And it might be a hot take, but if you're not a fan of this stuff, you might not be a Survivor fan. As the players discuss what animal they think they could take in a fight. So I'm curious, leave a comment down below what animal you think you could take in a fight, as I'm gonna be going with a kangaroo. Number 18, Tree Mail. Hilarious, Shaheen. Did you get the message? This is the new era of Survivor. There's no breaks. Yes, it's a new era classic. As the players all divide into pairs, leading into number 17, Joe the Genius. So freaking awkward. Kyle says it best, as you want the best thing for your game without it being obvious. Ultimately, Joe steps up first and reminds everyone who cares about the feelings. This is for $1 million. This was so genius, as it makes it clear who's close with each other as we get into number 16, the pairs. We have the first pair of Camilla and Shaheen, then David and Mary. Kyle goes after Chrissy, Joe and Eva team up, and lastly Mitch and Star. I am digging this new style of strategy, keeping all the strong players together. It's breaking the meta of new era Survivor, which is a big problem for Chrissy.
So my goal in this, even if it sends me home, I don't want to play this like backstabbing. I heard you're a great guy, so I want to work with you.
Number 15, Mitch in rough shape. Everyone can sense the Strong Players Alliance, which freaks out Mitch because he wants the old alliance to stay together. And honestly, Mitch should be considered one of the strong players. In any other season of Survivor, they wouldn't let this slide. It would be best to take out big targets like Joe or Shaheen, but David and Kyle don't want to. Number 14, Survivor 50. Just like how Jeff Probst is asking us to help shape Survivor 50, I need your help to shape the legacy of Russell's on YouTube. If you aren't subscribed yet, please do that and help me pass Russell Hans in subscribers. If you do that, that means I'll become the superior Russell on YouTube, with my goal being bigger than him. Number 13, challenge time. The Tree Mail said it perfect, as this truly has become a new era Survivor classic, as the players will run in stages with racing to grab puzzle pieces, building a staircase and cross a plank, and finally competing solo in a classic endurance challenge. And they are also playing for reward in the form of tacos. But because obviously this still isn't enough, the first players to be eliminated are going on a journey with the chance to lose their vote. So here we go.
And here we go.
Number 12, the challenge. Honestly, I don't think we needed all these stakes with multiple knockouts, tacos on reward, and the possibility of losing your vote. Straight up, I'm not joking, I was just pumped to get to the endurance challenge at the very end. As Shaheen, Camilla, and Star and Mitch were eliminated in round 1, with their vote now being at risk. Round 2 was the puzzle segment of this huge challenge, with Kyle and Chrissy being the ones eliminated. And finally, we have the Get a Grip challenge that has been seen 12 times in Survivor history. It's just something about these endurance challenges that are so epic. Eventually, we had a showdown between Eva and Mary, leading into Eva winning.
I thought I was going, didn't you?
I was like, what?
Oh, no, I was just getting a little break. JT, were you just playing around? No, I almost fell.
Number 11, Endurance Challenge. Now that we are in the individual portion of Survivor 48, it's time to turn our attention to the endurance challenges. With Idle Plays, the go-to endurance challenge has gotta be Will It Go Round. We have seen this challenge in Survivor 35 and Survivor 39 with players like Ben and Tommy.
For today's challenge, you're gonna stand on a narrow beam while spinning a ball inside a circular wooden track.
And as a kid watching Survivor, I was always the most obsessed with the individual endurance challenges. So if you're interested in checking out Idle Plays and supporting me and the channel, please consider going to idleplays.com. As the first 10 people to use the code ROUND25 get 25% off Will It Go Round. Number 10, After the Challenge. It's low-key a weird situation going on with the players going on 3 separate paths, with either going on a journey, getting tacos, or absolutely nothing. And that's the case for 2 players leading into number 9, Kyle and Chrissy. Kyle is doing a great job making it look like him and Camilla are not tight in the game. Ultimately, Chrissy wants to go out swinging in a crazy way. Chrissy wants to take out Joe, who is the leader of the Strong Person Alliance. And shout out to the Survivor know-it-alls who made a great point about this.
Tell me if you think that this is really off base here, but I want to compare Joe to a Survivor All-Stars Boston Rob.
Number 8, The Journey. I was crossing my fingers the whole time that this wasn't going to be luck-based. Between Shaheen, Star, Mitch, and Camilla for who would lose their vote. Ultimately, it's a game of both luck and skill put together. Low-key, I was confused at first, as the first player to get 3 red balls loses their vote. And in my head, the optimal strategy is to take 2 balls as often as you can, but it was tough to watch as all of the players teamed up on Star, leading into Star losing her vote. Number 7, The Reward. If I was on Survivor, this is 100% the reward I would want to win, as Eva, Joe, David, and Mary get to eat way too many tacos. Possible conspiracy theory, as the producers choose where the players sit, so maybe they wanted Eva to get the advantage. It was super fun to see David and Mary plant the seed to Eva and Joe to take out Camilla, but the worst part is Joe and Eva aren't fully on board, leading to some awkwardness. Number 6, Winners Return. The players on the journey have such a disadvantage as Eva, David, Joe, and Mary get to return with Kyle and Chrissy. And round of applause to Eva for finding a way to get some alone time as we get into number 5, Eva's Advantage. Eva has turned into the most powerful player on the season with her strength, the hidden immunity idol, and this note. The issue is it's not a fully guaranteed advantage yet. She needs to do some spy work to get it done. And it's gonna be a fun way to start next week's episode. Number 4, Joe and Kyle. There was explosions everywhere. Joe tells Kyle that Mary is gunning for Camilla, and Kyle tells Joe that Chrissy is gunning for him. It's a lot, and we know for what happens at Tribal Council, ultimately Joe's gonna get his way. But this was just the beginning of the chaos. Number 3, The Plans. This scene between between David and Kyle was so intense, and I loved it. At first glance, it's pretty confusing as we have the strong five together, Mary and Camilla fighting for the 6th spot. So Mary is targeting Camilla to take her out, and Chrissy is ultimately the easy vote. This was all insane, and I'm calling it right now, one of the best scenes in Survivor history.
Like, David is just so stupid. He shouldn't have signed up for Survivor. He should have called up Joe and Eva and been like, guys, let's enter the Olympics together, because he wants to do all these challenges with them.
Number 2, Tribal Council. What beautiful words to hear at Tribal Council, bringing in the first member of the jury. Ultimately, if you're not a fan of the challenges, I get maybe you weren't the biggest fan of this episode, but I loved it. I'm looking forward to the most of this Strong Players Alliance fall apart as Mary gives 2 big booms. And to Chrissy's credit, she went out with a bang as number 1, Chrissy voted out. Anyways, congratulations video, you're this week's puzzle giveaway winner. I'll announce a new winner next week, and click right here for the season Boston Rob wants you to forget.